The war has always been iOS versus Android, which probably isn't ending anytime soon. But today, the war is between the iOS 15 and the new iOS 16. What improvements have been made with the iOS 16? And what difference will it make if you eventually decide to switch from the iOS 15 to the iOS 16? Let's find out. Here's the iOS 15 versus iOS 16. What actually changed? Some new changes. Using an iPhone, you would have to update your phone at some point if your device is compatible with the new operating system. You just had to upgrade to keep up. For a while, Apple would send security updates to devices that couldn't upgrade. And from there, Apple made it possible for users to continue using the previous version of iOS after introducing the iOS 15. Apple stated that you can update to the latest version of iOS 15 as soon as it's released, or continue on iOS 14 and still get major important security updates until you're ready to upgrade to the next major version. During Apple's WWDC presentation, introducing the iOS 16 came with a number of new features, as well as a new feature, which includes a new messaging enhancement like having the ability to unsend messages, which will come up later in the video, so keep up with us. Lock screen. Let's start with the lock screen, which is the primary distinction between iOS 16 and iOS 15, where the iOS 16 has been upgraded with a new design, which you can use to customize fonts, wallpaper, and even add widgets to the new lock screen. And as soon as you restart your iPhone on iOS 16, a new lock screen will appear. Users also have access to a wallpaper library in addition to the option of customizing their lock screen interface's images. Additionally, to make things easier for consumers, especially those who use the big screen Macs, iOS 16 will stack notifications together and put them at the bottom of the lock screen. You can also swipe between different lock screens with different colors, typefaces, and widgets. Another new addition is the sports game tracking, made possible with live activities, notifications, and the Now Playing panel at the bottom, which you can locate easily with your thumb. Messages. One of the major takeaways is the advanced way you can now delete already sent messages. With this ability, you have 15 minutes after sending it to unsend the messages. So for instance, if you mistakenly send a wrong email to your boss or friend, you have approximately 15 minutes to retrieve it before they see it. However, the recipient will still be able to read your retracting message if their iOS version is lower than iOS 16. Since the release of iMessage in iOS 15, users of Apple devices can communicate with one another using text messages, much like how WhatsApp works. Another significant update is the ability to restore deleted text for up to 30 days within iOS 16. Along with this feature comes the email feature, where you can schedule sending emails. More on this coming up shortly. In iOS 15, when you are sent links to content like articles, music, and movies, they will automatically be added to the appropriate app, but you will have to launch other applications in order to check them out. But with iOS 16, you can check the content sent to you directly from the app, because they are immediately accessible in Messages. Additionally, the iOS 16 Message app allows you to instantly collaborate on memos, presentations, reminders, groups in Safari, and more. So for instance, you can collaborate with someone on a project in Apple's Office suite pages or numbers, and any action will be visible in Messages. Join our community here by subscribing to the channel. Receive tech-related content and updates anywhere. Photos. Here, the significant change is the iCloud photo library, which acts like a network shared disk that users can make and share a photo library with their family and friends, as well as photos can be edited by other members. Additionally, recently deleted and hidden albums in iOS 16 can no longer be accessed unless the Face ID is verified, which makes it simple to use passwords to protect hidden photos on an iPhone. iOS 16 can also find and remove duplicate photographs without requiring you to download a different app to clean up similar photos on your iPhone. Another feature making a return is the Live Objects, which employs the live text concept applied to topics and photos. Here, when a user long presses on a topic in a picture, such as like a person, an object, or an animal, iOS 16 automatically cuts off that object, allowing the user to copy and paste it wherever they want. Mail. iPhone users over third-party mail programs frequently prefer Apple's Mail app. The Mail app gets a few new features with iOS 16 and makes managing your mail simpler going forward with iOS 16. With the features like scheduled send, undo send, and much more, users can set up scheduled emails so they can send emails at specific times. Additionally, it will notify people before the message is due to be sent, and users can reposition a received email at the top of their inbox. When you attempt to send an email, it will automatically check it and notify you if anything crucial like an attachment is missing. iPhone users will like the new features iOS 16 comes with. On the flip side, if you might still want to stick to the iOS 15 if you have issues like you can't update because of certain restrictions a third party has on your device, maybe an app won't work well with iOS 16 yet, or you are probably waiting on new features and issues on iOS 16 to be solved. Moving on to 2023, you can also check out this video on some of the top smartphones you can get in 2023.